Hey, what's going on, boys? Mike here, back with another video. So for today, guys, we'll be doing a Phantom Forces guide on how to level up faster and how to get more kills, because I know Phantom Forces has changed a lot in the recent years. Not like in 2017 where it's a lot more peaceful and you don't have to stress so much about playing, but now you're going against a lot of sweaty players and their movement is very challenging for a lot of you guys, and that's why you're dying. So let's just dive straight into this. Before we start though, be sure you guys join the Discord in the description down below if you're looking for some players to play with, and also we have a whole community there on a bunch of other games, so make sure you guys go check that out. Links in the description. So with that being said, let's just dive straight into this. Alright, so for the first tip, that's movement. Alright, and now some of you guys are like, what the hell is this video? Movement? Are you serious? I came here to like get a level up. Pretty much why I say movement is really think about this, right? What changed when if you're an old player, tell me in the comments what changed from Phantom back in 2017 and the current Phantom. You have to say it's the movement. Everyone is starting to like dodge bullets. Everyone's starting to like stagger themselves when they're running around. Like, they're not just running around in a straight line, they're moving left right. They're jumping around using Z a lot. They're not only sliding. I feel like players nowadays only slide and run. If you're not sliding, you should definitely get into sliding, because that's a huge thing. But movement is what kills everyone, because your aim is probably good. I'm not going to deny that your aim is probably good, and the reason why you're probably dying is, and like myself sometimes, is probably because our movement is terrible, and the only one way to improve that is to pretty much mimic the best. What are they doing? Look how these high level players, or even low level players, man. I see Phantom get like influx of low level players that are extremely good, and it's their movement. That's what sets apart a good player from a bad player. All in all, what I'm trying to say is work on your movement. You could have all the aim in the world, but if your movement struggles, then you're gonna have a big problem. Get used to going on top of crates, get used to going on top of the roofs of the buildings. Like, perfect example would be Desert Storm. Get into a match of Desert Storm, there's a bunch of crates, take some tanks to get on top of. There's a lot of small buildings that you can get on the roofs of. Start using Shift Z, start diving if you haven't, or sliding I should say rather. Start using X and Z pretty much, and also sliding. If you get those three things down, I guarantee you're going to see a lot more kills. And that doesn't mean just being like a complete monkey and jumping around. Like, you want to use it wisely and effectively. So slowly start trying to get that into your game, and you'll see some great results. Let's move on to the next tip. Alright, so for our second tip, that's going to be the type of weapon you're using, because as important as movement is, that's probably the #1 tip, but weapon is also a pretty good tip, because if you're forcing yourself to use a weapon that you see others using, some of the times it'll work for you, some of the times it doesn't, right? But the problem is, for those who know, like, for example, I say it all the time, right? In other games, you'll use a weapon and you're just struggling so much with it. Unless you're trying to get better with it, then yes, I understand. But if you genuinely want to like level up the quickest, and you want to like get there quicker than like everyone else, there's no time to practice with new weapons. It's time to grind for a weapon that you're good at right now, and it's time to get you up there, right? That's the whole point. And you wouldn't be using weapons that you haven't used before unless you don't care about leveling up and you're just trying to get better as a player. But if you're trying to level up, I'm telling you this right now, find a weapon that's in your niche, your play style, and get good with it. I'm not going to be able to tell you a weapon that you're going to be good with. That's for you to figure out, but just don't force yourself to use a weapon you see others using. I'm sure there's just a lot of other weapons for you to use. So that's going to wrap up tip 2. I know it's a little short tip, but trust me guys, this is a huge one, because if you've been struggling for days and weeks, man, just give it up, and you're going to go to the next weapon. It's fine. No, it's fine. I don't know why it's such a hard thing for people to do. Just put the weapon down, go find another one, and you'll be good with it. Alright, so for this next one, this next tip here, you probably don't expect this in a video, but pretty much you want to be listening to some music. You know, you don't have to, but this tip is optional, and trust me, give it a go. Play whatever you like, right? And play it while you're gaming, of course, and you'll notice a little different. Like, you'll feel a lot better, and you'll also like perform a lot better. Personally, for me, when I listen to music and I'm just like by myself, like I would play a lot more better than if I were to just listen to some boring gun sounds as I'm playing. Listening to music actually has a big impact in many things you do. This doesn't even have to be with the game. This could be in real life. Whenever you listen to music, like for working out, for example, it gets you going, and it just, I don't know, it makes you perform a lot better than what you would do without the music. So give it a go, see how well you do, and yeah. But if you guys have been enjoying these tips, make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new. I did a Phantom Forces video before this one, so I'll link it in the description too, and also at the end if you guys want to check that out. It's a Phantom Forces Let's Play video. But anyways, aside from that, let's keep going with these tips. Alright, so for this next tip, this one's going to be playing on certain maps and game modes. Now, you might want to be playing with another friend while you do this, or even a couple of friends. Now, this is pretty much 2 tips in one. So one thing would be probably playing with some friends. I think playing with some friends makes it also more enjoyable, along with the music, but friends makes it a lot more enjoyable, and it'll help you out while you're playing, because, you know, sometimes when you're grinding out the game and you're trying to level up, sometimes it just gets boring and you head off. But when you have friends, it makes it a lot more easier and a lot more fun. So you want to make sure you're doing that, not only just for that, but when you're voting for the maps, most likely only like 5 to 8 people vote in the server for like a map or in a game mode. If you got like 2-3 friends playing with you, you'll easily get whatever game mode, whatever map you want, right? And you want to be choosing maps that you're actually great at, and if you don't get that map, don't even waste 15 minutes of your time in a terrible map like Mirage, for example. You want to go to the next map or next server, and hopefully you find a better map there, or a better intermission with a better selection of choice. Now, a lot of you guys would probably play out that terrible map and waste like a lot of your time, but a map like Mirage, the reason why I hate it is because it's so like it's too big of a map to find players, and your whole point is to find some players to kill to get some XP, right? And even some game modes, you want to be playing, for example, King of Hill. That's probably one that you shouldn't be playing anymore. You should probably be Hardpoint. Hardpoint's pretty good because the flare keeps moving around. Flare domination's pretty good. Team deathmatch is really good, only because it's usually long matches, and then the longer the matches, the more players you could kill. So you want to go on team deathmatch, Hardpoint, and probably flare domination. Capture the flag is probably a lot more tricky, even though you get 500, I believe, for the XP, or 400 for capturing the flag. But the chances of you really doing that, let's be real, is probably like very slim, and most likely you'll probably be trying to get a lot of kills. And even I do that. I don't even go for the flag. So capture the flag is probably out of the choice. Now for flare domination, a little cool tip you could be doing is, if you have control of the point and you know an enemy's about to take it, let him have it, because if you let him have it, he'll get the point, right? And then if you retake the point, you'll get bonus XP for taking the point and also a retake and also killing him. So if you know someone's probably going to take over that point, let them have it. Don't try to defend it, because when you try defending it, you don't get much XP, but when you retake it, you'll get a lot more. So that's a little cool tip for yourself. Alright, aside from pretty much playing the game often now to use all these tips and seeing how well you do with them, that's gonna wrap up the video. Now, if you enjoyed it, be sure you guys drop a like. Let me know in the comment section if these tips worked, or what level you are, and if these tips didn't work. I'd love to hear some feedback on it. And also join the Discord in the description if you haven't already. We have a big community, and we don't just play Phantom Forces, so if you're trying to look for some other games, definitely try hitting that up. And also, if you want me to play some other games, comment that down below, because I'm actually trying to look for some new FPS games on Roblox. It doesn't even have to be FPS. Just trying to look for some variety in games, because I don't know, Roblox sometimes is just quite boring, and I'm kind of on CSGO most of the time. But that's enough of me talking, and hopefully you guys can level up on Phantom Forces. I may be doing another Phantom Forces later this week, so make sure you turn on post notifications, do a lot of good stuff. That being said, boys, I'll catch you guys in the next video.